welcome to the free OpManager training session. Before we begin, could you please confirm if you could hear me and also see the presentation well and good? If yes, please do comment on the webinar chat panel available on your screen. I will be waiting for some comments to come in, after which we will be going ahead with today's presentation. Thank you for the comments. Let me go ahead with our session for today. So again, I would like to welcome each and everyone who have joined for today's training session on OpManager. Before we begin, I just wanted to give a short brief about myself. I am Deepak Suresh, product specialist for ManageEngine's item suite, which contains OpManager and other products. With the knowledge that I've gained over the years, I would like to share that over today's webinar session. So talking about the training schedule that we had originally joined on September 26th for a session on discovery and classification, where we looked into how OpManager would be able to input the devices and also classify them intelligently. And on the second session, which was on October 3rd, we joined on a session for server performance monitoring. So this was particularly on monitoring based on your servers, be it virtual servers and physical servers. And on October 10th, we joined for network performance monitoring. For this was predominantly on network devices like switches, routers, and firewalls. We looked into what are the parameters that we could monitor when it comes to those devices. And on last week, October 17th, we joined for an effective fault management and IT automation session. So where we would be able to confirm where exactly you would be able to see the issues and how exactly you can find the issues and also rectify them, and also about the automation available with OpManager. And today, on the final week, October 24th, we'll be looking into network maps, reports, and best practices. So this training schedule was available on the link shown below. We will be updating the schedule for the next season shortly. So please do have a look into the URL down there. And also wanted to give you an update that this is a recorded session, and a link for this particular video and also the presentation would be sent to you across email in this coming week. So with that, I will go ahead with today's topic, which is going to be network maps, reports, and best practices. So today's agenda is quite interesting because we kickstart with network maps. We'll be looking into what are the mapping technologies available with OpManager, how exactly you can map the devices, and what are the information that we could give you when it comes to the maps available. And we'll be also talking about your network management. So how effectively you can manage your network. We'll be showing you that. And also we will be talking to you about the reports available with OpManager. So this is predominantly on network based. So you'll be seeing into details about how you can manage your network here. So with that, we'll also be looking into our mobile apps that we have dedicated for OpManager. And finally, we'll be looking into the best practices that we recommend from OpManager. So just wanted to give you another update that this session, in case of any queries that you have on any of these topics that you see, please feel free to share your comments or the questions in the question panel or the comment panel available. We have a group of product experts and panelists who are ready to help you out throughout this course of this session. So network maps. Network maps, we have multiple network maps, but the very first thing that I would like to talk about today would be layer 2 maps. So what exactly layer 2 maps is that we would be able to map your network just with one device. So it can sound interesting how it works. I'll be showing it to you once we move over to the UI. So basically what you can expect is that you can know how your devices are interconnected with each another. So it's going to be that, as you can see from the diagram on your left, with just this particular router, I was able to find out the switches connected to them and also the other devices connected, and you have an entire list of, or you can see an entire circle of all the devices connected. So within just that one device, I was able to find out all the other devices. So this is how it actually works. And how it will be helpful in your environment is that you can actually keep your map updated by scheduling the activity of scanning it periodically. So you can schedule this activity, so you can keep running it every 1 week, or even you can go as low as 1 day. So you can do that. And also we can import the devices to monitor the performance. So let me talk about all these onto the product UI. So now I'll be switching between the product UI and the presentation. So again, any queries or anything that I might have missed out that you feel you have any questions, please go ahead and ask them over the question panel available. So moving ahead with our product UI. So this is our product here. We have the maps available on the maps section here, but let me actually tell you how you can generate that particular layer 2 map. Okay, so that's available under settings. You have discovery. So click on discovery. And on the way bottom, you have the option that says layer 2 discovery. So what this layer 2 discovery, as I told you, or how it exactly works, is you need the router IP address. So once you have that particular router IP address, so for example, I'm giving in this IP. So let's say this is the IP address. I'm going to name it as the seed router that I have in my network. And you can see that there's a start IP and end IP. So the reason is we are going to sweep in that particular IP range that we given. So let me give in an IP range. So as you might have recollected, this is almost similar to the discovery that we do, that we saw in the first session with OpManager training session. So let me just give in 100, for example. I'm going to confirm it. Okay, you can see that list there. So, and how it works is that we will be able to scan this particular network using this router IP address. And how we do it is using the credentials down below. So let's say I'm going to use all these credentials here, the SNMP V1 credentials, or maybe everything in the network. And I was talking to you about scheduling the activity. So let's schedule, right now it's for 5 days. So I can even go down to 3 days if I want to, or even 1. So you can do it however you want. We recommend doing it on a 7-day basis so you get an idea about how your network is. So what we do is we have these mechanisms available, like the Cisco zone, Cisco CDP, you have the ARP method, we have the IP route. So all these mechanisms we will be using, and we will do a swipe onto on a network, and we will be able to show you how that devices are connected. So let me take you to one of our maps available. So I've already created one. So once you click on discover, it will actually take you to your alarms. Sorry, maps, my bad. So on the bottom, you have layer 2 maps. So this was the one I created. So here you can see that this is the map that actually came up. So I used one particular router, and I was able to simulate all the other devices that are connected there. So this is how I was able to show you on a map as of how the devices are connected. Let me go ahead and import the devices. So I see these devices. I don't know the IP addresses or any other details of those devices, but I need it on my inventory. So very simple. Please go ahead and click on import devices available on the settings icon there. And you see the list of all the devices. So you can select the ones that you want, like these switches that are coming up. You can leave the unknown ones if you want to. So let's say I want only those switches. I select them. So we give you the option. The customization is right there. And all I have to do is click on discovery. So once I click on discovery, what happens is it will automatically be added to the inventory, and it will show up right there under the devices. So it will be categorized also accordingly as of how we saw in the second session with OpManager. Okay, so that was about your layer 2 maps. So I hope you will be trying this in your environment, and you can actually map your devices just using a seed router. So now that we've seen about a layer 2 map, let me talk to you about one other powerful feature we have, which is the business view. So what business view actually does is that you'll be able to group your devices based on, let's say, a geographical site, or you can even do it based within your environment, your company. Let's say it's going to be department based, or let's say it's going to be a service based, business service based. So you can do it any way you want, and you'll actually show it to you on a color coded information. So you can see that the ones in green, they are fine, they're working good. Ones in yellow, they seem to have an issue. So we have color coded information showing you severity based, as we saw in the previous session. And on the red, it means that device is in a critical state. So like that, you can find out just by the color information. And also you can see what type of interface it has, or how is it connected to the other devices. You can see that just by that information. I'll be showing you that in a minute. And also, we can show you the links between the devices and the monitor. As you can see, we have different links and we can show you the different interfaces as of how they are connected. You can add shortcuts in a business view for branch offices. So let's say you want to show your other branches within a particular city or even an entire country, you spread across your country, you can map it and you can show it in a way. So I'll be showing you that in a minute. And also you can restrict your users access based on the business view groups. So let me show you all that in our business views available. So you go to maps. So here is one example as of what I created. So we have a New York site, and let's say I have 3 of our servers that are located there. Okay, this way. So in order to create one, it's going to be very simple. So all you have to do is select a background. So let me go with an United States background here. Yeah, I have that. So as you saw earlier with that California business view or New York business view, I had some devices there. So how I did that is very simple. All you have to do is just drag and drop. So you can just drag this device. So let's say I'm created in New York. I just drag and drop it there. Okay. So that's how easy it is. You don't need to write any command or so. Just drag and drop option. So let's say my colleague is based in LA. So I can place it there. And so it's that simple. And let's say I need to establish connection between 2 devices which are connected in separate cities or separate states. All I have to do is click on that icon there and I can show the interface. So I can show the interfaces using this particular device, or I can use the interface for this device. So we give you the option, we give you the customization that is available there. So all you have to do is select them and you can see that it's already being connected there. Okay, so this is how easy as of how you can map the devices. We have a preset list of backgrounds available, or you can upload your own image too. So that's no problem. So let's assume that we're working with this one, and I need to create a shortcut. So let me tell you how that would work. For example, so let's say I've already created these. Let me show you. So you can see that I have already created 2 business views. One is going to be for our California business view. So you can see that there are already some devices there, and I have a New York business site. So I need to show them in a single map. So how do I do that? Let me show you. Create new, select your background image. I'm going with the background image now. Okay, so you saw that one was in California, one was in New York. I need to create shortcuts. So we have it right here. That's going to be the add shortcut. Now I'm going to select the California one. So I'm just going to give it a cap. And you can also select what kind of icon you need now for that. So let me go with this large LED. Sounds interesting. Okay, so it's right there. All I have to do is drop it there. Okay, now I need one for my New York site. Again, click on shortcut, select. Okay, it's already there. Good. So I select New York City, and let me go with a different one. Triangle LED. Okay, so I click on that so you can see that I'm going to drop it at New York. Okay, so what happens now is that I just save it. Okay, US business view. I've saved it. It's there now. So you can see that this is a shortcut, but let me tell you how it works. It refreshes. It'll actually tell you, okay, so if you hover on it, it'll tell you the name, it'll tell you what are the devices and how many devices are in a critical state or so. So you can see that list here. So what happens is all I have to do is just double click and it will take me to that view. So deep integration there between multiple views. This is just an easy example. You can have multiple other devices. You can even show it within a state or even within your own map or so, as in with respect to your city. So that's how effectively you can map your devices and also create shortcuts with them. Okay. So the last thing that I wanted to talk was that restrict user access. So this is based on our user management. So it's available under settings, basic settings, user management. So what we do here is that you know that you have an administrator and operator that you can use. So administrator is the one who has full access. He can access any devices and he can access any particular business view or the devices in that business view. But here I have the option to create an operator who's like a sub user who can only use a particular event or a particular detail that he can use. So let me go ahead and actually add one and show you how it works. So I'm going to create an operator. So I have to give in username. Okay, so I'm going to give in a password. So this user I've created. So this is an operator here. He's not going to have full access. So what is the access that I need to give in? Okay, so this is where I will be knowing that. So you can see the monitor and you see the option selected business views, which means he can only monitor the devices within that particular business view. So let's say he's located in California. He needs to only manage the devices there. So click on it, save. So right now I'm an admin. You can see that it's already created, operator. So I'm just going to log out right now. So sign out, okay. Let me log in as that particular user. So please be in mind that he must have the access to only the California or the devices in the California business view. So we're logging in right now as that particular operator. You've given him restricted access to only those 4 devices in those devices business view. Okay, so you go to inventory to confirm it. So you can already see that there's only 4. So you can see there's only 4. Let me also show it to you on a business view mode. Okay, so you can see that he has access only to California business view and not the other ones. So that's how you can restrict the users with the particular area or the department that they handle. So we give you the option there again. So let me go back to admin and show you the full features again. Okay. So we've seen that was an idea of how you do business view. So again, this is also available there. And this is actually a widget. You can actually see that on our dashboard too, just for an example. So the third thing that I want to talk about maps is that the Google Maps available. So Google Maps, we have integration with that. So we have a live Google Map that is available. You can view it both in satellite and regular mode too. So in order for that to work, you need to actually download this particular zip file. So again, please not to worry. This presentation will be sent across to you. So you have the steps right there in that presentation that we send you. So all you have to do is download that particular zip file, extract the zip file and open up a particular HTML file that you see over there. And once you edit it, you will actually see this Google API key, as in you have to go ahead and get that API key from Google's side. So once you get it, as in you'll have to first log in, you have to tell them that it's going to be for like a development purpose or so, and that's when you get the API. And once you have that in this particular script, you'll have to just update that API key here. That's it. So that's how easy it is going to be. And but I have a small update. As of now, the pricing has changed for Google Maps alone. And if you're interested to see a Google Map view, in that case, you might have to incur a small fee for that. So the pricing is listed on that site. You can have a check on it. But users who are looking for a workaround, we have one for you. That is right here. So it is going to be our integration. We have come up with our own maps. We call it the Zoho Maps. As you can see on the screen right now, it is going to be almost similar. Just the name differs, to be honest, because the functionality is that good. You can actually see everything there, all the details. It's just that I believe the satellite view is yet to come. We're working on that, and we should be getting that soon for you all. So again, people are looking for a workaround for Google Maps. You can use this. And how easy it is going to be to add a device, let me show you. So Sacramento, let me go ahead and add a device there. All you have to do, double click. So once you double click, you select the device. I'm going to select this device, add it, show the label. Oh, sorry. So that's how easy it is. So you can see that the device has already been added. I can now zoom out and actually see that device right from here. Okay. So same way you can do it with Google Maps too. So same way, just need to, you can see that how similar it is with the functionality. So again, that's going to incur a short fee, but you already have a free version with our Zoho Maps, just to let you know. So with that, I'm moving ahead with building racks. So rack view, or what exactly, or where exactly this would come up, or this would be helpful, is when you have a lot of data centers, or at least one, because managing a data center is going to be a tough task. You need certain tools or certain engineer to be there and have them monitored. But with OpManager, you can actually get a visual view of what you are monitoring and what is the exact state of that device that's being monitored. Okay, so let me show that across over the UI. Again, go back to Maps, and you have the option there, Rack View. So Rack View, how it works is that all you have to do is just click on New. Same way with the Business View, all you have to do is just drag and drop it as of where exactly it would come up on that rack. So let me move ahead one more server. So this is an example, but if you need to see more information, just click on that icon. You can do it this way, or if you want to show a 4-unit based, you can do that too. So you can customize the option as of how you want to see it. And also you can see the review too. We have the option to show you that. And what happens if you save it? So if once you go ahead and save it, so you should be able to see it here. So there's a new rack. You can go ahead and change the name if you want to. So you can see that if a device is being in a particular critical state or so, it will change the color accordingly. And once you click on that device, it's like a deep integration. It will already take you to that device directly. Okay, so that's when you can look into what happened to that particular server over there. So that's about rack view. And we have another feature that's come up. This is like an out-of-box feature that we have. We call it the 3D flow view. So as the name suggests, we can actually show you the entire data center, as in the racks that we just saw. Now we are going to show it in a beautiful 3D way. So that's available under Maps again, 3D flow view. So let me show you an example as of how it will look. So this is our US data center that we have, just an example. So I have integrated one of our racks here. I mean, the 2 racks that I had integrated it here, and I will show you how it will look on a 3D base. So again, it's very simple to create. So in order to create that, all you have to do, go to 3D flow, create new. So you have a tile-like structure. You can select where the wall would come up, where the aisle would come up. So just an example. And once you have the available racks, all you have to do is just drag and drop them. Okay. So let me show you as of how it will look on an example. So this is one of our sample flows. So this is how it will look. So you have both the racks, and let's say if you need to look into a particular rack, all you have to do is double click on it. It will take you to the rack view, and you can see that this particular device, this DC1, is going critical. So double click on it, it will take you there. Okay, so that's how deeply integrated. So from 3D view, we go to rack view. From rack view, we go to the device. So with that, I'll be closing ahead with the network maps. Any queries, again, please do feel free to drop it on the questions panel. And now we'll be talking about network management. So network management, as in this here, we'll be talking about the dashboards and the widgets available in each of the dashboards. So we give you the option to create a dashboard. So let me show you what exactly a dashboard or how it will look. The dashboard is right here. Enterprise dashboard. So you can see there are multiple information. You can see a business view. You can see a heat map, which is another version of a business view. You can see the devices based on a color-coded information. As I told you, green being critical, so clear, and red being critical. And also you can see much other information, like you can see the infrastructure snapshot showing the devices, how many alarms are there, how many devices, and let's say how many devices are in a problematic state. So you can see all of them. So you can see that it's like a culmination of many information in each of these boxes that we call it as widgets. So these are widgets. Each one of them is a widget. And if one particular widget is going to be important to you, so let's say you want this infrastructure snapshot, that's very important. So you want to see it up, all you have to do is just drag and drop, and it will be right there. You can just save it. So that's another customization you could do. And as you can see, there are multiple widgets that are shown in each dashboard. So let me show you that. So you can see that under network, you have network top 10. So this will give you information based on network. So like the top 10 interface traffic, top 10 bandwidth utilization or so. So like that, you can see information. So you can see that we are merging multiple widgets into a particular dashboard. So that's the amount of customization that you have to create your own. So as in you can create your own dashboard too. So let me show you how you do that. So you go to custom, you go to create a dashboard, and it will ask you for a name, and you can proceed with that. I'll show you that. So customizing, let me show you with some use cases where you might be able to come across them and also use it in your environment. The first thing is that we often come across is seeing the total network traffic across all servers. So not the entire network, but just for servers. So let me show you that over the dashboard. Okay, so they wanted to see server traffic. Let me give it a name. Now go to next. Okay, so this is our extensive list of widgets available. We have them categorized already, like alarms. You see all the alarm-based widgets. You want to see about the health and performance, we have that. So devices exceeding CPU, you can see the last hours of CPU utilization. And also you see many other widgets like interface-based widgets. You have the map view widgets. So there is a long list. If you find it's going to be tough to go ahead and see each one of them, we have a dedicated search option. So let me see with respect to server traffic. Okay, I think I'm searching differently. Traffic. Okay, see we have a real-time traffic and you have interface-based traffic here. So just an example, so interface by traffic. Okay, so that was about the traffic. So you can see that I've already collected some traffic-based information here. And all you have to do right now is just select the ones. I've already selected them. Okay, and I have to click on next. Here is where we will tell you which, we're creating a dashboard. You know that a dashboard is also like a business view where you can actually associate it to a particular user. So if it's going to be an administrator, he can access all of them, or if it's a particular operator, just like the one we created. Yeah, if you want only him and the other administrators to be seen, so you can do it this way, so that you don't let the other administrator John to know that, because he's in a different location. He won't need that, right? So you can do it this way. So you can have the customization option to associate it to the users, and all I have to do is click on create. So you can see that under custom, I have already created server traffic. So I'm going to move it here. You can see that the interface traffic is right there. Okay, so this is just again just an example as of how you can go ahead and create one. Let's look into the other customization options. So let's say devices which are using high percentage of CPU and memory. Okay, so this time you are going to create one again. So new dashboard. So it was CPU and memory utilization. So let me put it as utilization. Okay. Okay, so I just put in utilization and I can see there is like CPU utilization, memory. So I'm just going to select the whole lot. Okay. So also if you want real time, I can throw in that too, not a problem. Okay, so you have that also for interface too. So there are multiple information that you can look. When it comes, we were looking into devices, so I'm going to skip this one. Again, select this one. I want all the administrators, but this time I want only John to look at it. So I'm giving it to John, create, and there we are. So you can see the device utilization and all the other widgets that are coming up. So that's how easy it is to create one more. I've created that. Let's look into the other ones. All active alarms. This is a good one because this will actually help you out to find what are the active alarms, so that you don't have to every time go into the alarms and then check which one is up. Again, let me create one for alarms. Okay, so yeah, alarms is right there. You can select all the alarms, active alarms. Okay, did I miss anything? Okay. Okay, got it. So we have the alarms there. Sorry about that, that's my fault. Let me go ahead and try it again. Okay, so I'm going ahead and click on next. So let all my administrators and operators see this, because this is going to be important. Okay, so we have it SNMP based alarms. We have the all alarms. You can see the alarms there too, so you can click on them and get the information. SNMP based or device down. So let me pull it up and let me put it here where I can see it. Okay, got it. So I save it, so it's already there. Okay, so I'm going ahead to the next one, downtime report for all devices and services. Okay, so this is going to be downtime now. So you can see downtime, devices by downtime, services, URL, WAN. So all that I'm going to select, go ahead and click all, and here we go. So it's going to list you the devices that have been down. You can tell what are the devices down, interfaces down, and also the URLs down. So all that we've achieved. And now we want to see an IT summary. So IT summary, this is where you're going to need all of the above, because it's going to show you basic information of all of these details. So let me show you one other feature that we have. I'm just going to let me go ahead and create a dashboard. So I have event. Okay, so I've selected them and I have created one here. Okay, so I have the list of all the device summaries, device, what they're doing, what are the state, whether the backup has happened or so. This is going to be integration with the other product. So there it is. I have created all of them and it is right there. So with that, I'll be talking about the widgets, because each widget that you saw, you can actually embed them, as in you can embed the OpManager widget into other web pages too. Let me show you how you do that. And why you would be needing this is because, let's say, if you need to share it as a link, like a URL to your teammate, or if you want to post it on any shared group or so, so you could do that. Let me show you how it's available. It's actually available on all the, let's say I'm going ahead with network or the enterprise, and I need the infrastructure snapshot. This is important. So let me embed this one. So it's right there. Click on that icon, and all you have to do is send in this particular component. So it's going to be the iframe link. So just all you have to do is just set it across, and you can forward it on a shared group, and they should be able to see that widget. Okay, so that's how you can do that. So one more thing that you could do with OpManager dashboard is that, so you're creating a set of users. So we have Joshua and Nick from the server team, and they have the access to only the servers. Okay, so with that, we have George from the network team too, who has access to network and real-time data. Okay, and we have Amanda from admin, who has access to all the IT summary, network, and real-time data. So you can see that this was actually achieved, which I already did. So what we do is that we can associate which user or which administrator is going to get the access. Okay, so operators here, so all of them, Joshua, Nick, George, and Amanda, all of them are users, operators. So we can dedicate and we can give them depending upon what team they will come up or what department. So they're from the server team. I'll just give them the server traffic there. And we have George from the network team. So I'll just give George the network and real-time data. And Amanda, we can give in all of them because she's going to be from the admin team. So that's how you can actually create your, you can restrict the users access to specific dashboards, so which I already did. And now I'll be talking about the knock view. So how knock view would be helpful, or we call it the CCTV view. What this basically does is, just like the gentleman over there who's actually looking into multiple widgets or multiple screens. In that multiple screens, he's seeing multiple details, so that they don't need to get into a device and then check what's happening. So we can project the data on a wide screen or multiple wide screens too, and you can have that monitored for, let's say, a knock team or so. And that's why we come in with the knock view. So let me show you how you actually create a knock view. It's very simple. Go to knock view that's available here, select them. You can see the list of available ones, or you can create the one already. So let's say this is a new knock view I'm creating. It's a 30-second interval. And let's say I want all of the custom dashboards that I just created: server traffic, utilization, active, IT summary, and downtime. So I need all of them. And I'm going to create a knock view now. That's simple. Just 2 clicks, I was able to create a knock view. Let me show you what you can actually see from knock view. So I created this knock view. And just click on it. It will open up on a large screen this way. So as you can see, we are now showing you on a 30-second time base on the server traffic now. So you can see server based traffic right now. It's running for 30 seconds. As you can see, 29 and running. You can switch between night and day view depending upon how you like to have it and what time it is. And you can see that information. So after 30 seconds, it will automatically change. So you can see that it's already changed to utilization. So that's how automated it is going to be for and the next 30 seconds, it will go back to alarm. So that's, or you can also manually change it. This way you can even make it bigger or smaller. So you have the option to customize that. And imagine seeing these gorgeous widgets on a large screen. So that's the option that we give you with OpManager. So this was about knock view. Let me go ahead with the next topic, which is going to be network reports. So talking about network reports, we'll be looking into the standard reports that is available now, and standard reports available here. Go to reports. So under OpManager, you have these reports. So there are multiple reports. We've already seen this before. It's like we have put it up in such a way that you can actually look for a report this way. So you can, if you need to look into anything related to health and performance, you can have a check on that. Or let's say it's related to inventory. So okay. So devices by category. So if you want to see which devices, how many are there in total, you can see them. So that's how these are the standard ones that already comes in. I think this should be around 150 to 200 already. So you can see the list of them down there. So we have spread it up in a way that is easily accessible for you. Also, we give you the option to customize your own reports. So how you can customize them is any report that you see, you have an option to click on create new report. So you can create your own new report. So let's say I need a report for a performance monitor for a Dell device, or let's say even for a Cisco device, which maybe is not available here. You can create one. So all you have to do is select that, select which category it would come up. So performance report, good. Click on next. So you select which monitor category it's going to come up. So we were talking about performance monitor. So I go to that. I was talking to you about a Cisco. I select Cisco, and you can select the available. There's like plenty monitors available for Cisco. So if you need a particular one, okay. So this is called member utilization. If you need that, just an example, you can go ahead and create that. You can select the devices. So I need it for all the routers for my USA business view, and I'm going to show only the top 10, and I'm needed for this week. So you can see that I created it and it's right there. So it will be available under okay, it was under health and performance that I created, so it will be right here, and you can have a check into that. So that's how easy it is to create your reports. So moving ahead with generating reports from inventory page. So this, how it works is that we have a dedicated report page here, and you can create reports there, or you can even set the reports and you can get it from here. But what if you need it for specific devices? So you can do it this way. So let's say I go to one of my other installation. Okay, one moment. So what I'll be doing is I have to select the devices here. So let's say I'm working with particular devices like these. So all I have to do is select those devices, And once I select those devices, I have the set of the device I want. All I have to do is just click on generate reports. So you can see that I can select, I can schedule the report when I want it, what is the time frame, and this is where I'll be looking into what parameter I want it for. So let's say I give on CPU utilization, I go ahead and click on generate report, and automatically you should be seeing the list of the devices there. Okay, so that's how easy it is for you to create a report right from the inventory itself. Okay, that's another option of creating reports. Now I'll tell you how to convert a report into a widget. So for that, you need to go to reports. Okay, so how you do that is once you create that particular report, you have an option there to actually, once you click on actions, you have an option to actually create that as a widget. So once you create that as a widget, it should be available onto the list that is there, and you can add it onto the dashboard that you require. Okay. So let me show you an example. So threshold details report. So it is available here. So it's available under inventory. Go to threshold details. So you can see the list of the devices. And from here, you can actually see what are the devices there. So what are the thresholds that you've set for those devices? So if you remember from the previous versions, from the previous webinar meetings, we have set up the thresholds for one of my devices there. So I had set up the attention to be at 65, trouble at 75, and critical at 90. So all you have to do is go ahead and you can see the thresholds there. So you can start it so that you can come back and look into it later. Okay. So this was about one view that we saw. Let me talk to you about other reports that is available, like notification profile assigned report. So notification profile assigned. So this is over here. Click on notification profiles, which means what are the notification profiles and how many they are assigned to. So you can see that it's assigned here. Same way you can see it based on which device the profiles are assigned to. That's available there. So you can see that for my device, I have this particular SQL service down that's running. It's an email sending type. And same way we have that for other devices. You see the list down there. Audit report. Audit report is available here. Under system, click on audit. So this audit report will actually help you to find out what are the changes or what has been done with respect to OpManagers, as in like once you log in and any change, as in who's logged in. You can see that administrator has logged in for a while. You have done some data monitoring. You can see CCTV and all that. You can see that I did this, right? Map, the CCTV. These were the changes I made. And also you can see it based on the modules. So you can select which module you want, and you can see on that. Or also you can filter it based on the time period. So if you click on the period, you can select from what time you did. So you can do like click on today, and you'll be able to see that alone. Or you can also see it based on the devices. So you can go with respect to your server, and it will only show you what changes has been made for your server. Same way you can go for a business view. So I have my California business view, and I can see that here. Okay, so that is about audit report. And about inventory report as such, inventory report, we have the entire list here. So anything with respect to inventory, as in like if you want to see what devices are there, or you can see what are the SNMP enabled devices, you want to see that information, you can see it. So like that, we have split it up. So please have a look into our extensive reports that is available here, and you can let us know in case of any queries. So that was about network report. So let me quickly talk to you about our mobile apps available. So we have dedicated mobile apps for both iOS and Android. So it's available under the name OpManager, so you can download that. So here we'll be reporting to you about the status of the device. So you can actually see a dashboard there. As you can see on the left or on the devices, you can see the alarms, and that's there on the second panel. Same way you can see that for the Android devices too. So it's available, it's for free, and all you have to do is just give in the, you need to, all you have to do is just download them and give in the username and password, and we're good to go. And now let's go ahead with the best practices for OpManager. So the best practices include multiple details. So I'll be covering these important best practices that we recommend you to carry on in your network. So the first thing that you might find interesting is the bulk configuration. So you might have multiple devices, even from 50 to let's say even 500 or so, or even more. And if you have to do a configuration change to all of those devices, and it's going to be a tough task if you're going to do it one by one. And that's when we've given you this option to configure them on a bulk. So it's available under settings, configuration, and quick configuration guide. Quick configuration guide. So we have certain configurations that you can play with, like let's say if you need to suppress all the alarms for the devices. So let's say you're going to do some kind of a maintenance or so for an hour. So in that case, you can do it this way. So for 1 hour, all the devices, I'm going to set it up. So I click on save. Oh, sorry. I move the devices, click on save, and so the alarms, whichever that is going to come up for 1 hour, they will be suppressed. Or let's say if I'm going to set up credentials or so, I can do that. So this particular credential, let's say my Windows credential for Hyper-V, I can select those devices, click on associate, and automatically it will be pushed to all those devices. So that's how you could work with our quick configuration guide. And now talking about downtimes, we wanted to tell you about the monthly web server maintenance. So we have companies who have come up saying that they have monthly web server. So let's say that they have to come back every month and they have to set it up. So as a workaround, we have given you the solution. It's available under settings, configuration, and downtime schedules. So downtime schedule will let you know as of periodically how you can set it up. So click on add schedule. So you can set it up, you can give in a description, and you can have it every month. So date wise, so let's say on the 5th of every month, you will be running at 500 to, let's say, to 10 o'clock. You're going to run it as a as a downtime. So you can set it up and you can assign it to all these switches or whichever devices that you come up. Okay. So that's how you can go ahead and set it up. So automatically we'll know that at this particular time, this will be action as a downtime is going to happen. And talking about archiving, so this is recommended because you can customize your archive settings in such a way that you get the best performance out of OpManager. That's available under settings, basic settings, database maintenance. As you can see, we have set up in this way that we currently our database would be able to maintain the last 10,000 alarms, and also you'll be showing the detailed statistics for 7 days, and you can see the hourly statistics there. So this you can change it depending upon how you would like to see, and you can run an archive from just one click right here. So also we have we recommend you to limit the transaction logs if in case you're using MS SQL, because as you're aware, we do come bundled with PGSQL. But if you're using MS SQL, we recommend you to limit the transaction logs. We have this shown in this particular technical community link. So let me show you that. It's right here. So please follow the steps that is there, and once you do that, you should be able to the transaction logs, you can have them cleared depending upon how you have them. Okay, and yeah, and now we'll be talking about the backup and restore option that we have. So the backup, how we can do with respect to OpManager is, we give you the option to do a backup. And let's say if you need to move it to a different system or so, you can actually restore the particular backup too. So the steps for that, you can let us know and we'll send you the steps from our online help document to do that. And we also give you the option for self-monitoring. So self-monitoring is basically you monitoring your own, the server, as in the OpManager server, just to make sure that it doesn't max out. So that's available under basic settings and self-monitoring. So here you can actually monitor whichever parameters that you want to go ahead with, like the CPU and the disk space, and you can set up the criteria too. So that's one way as of how you can monitor your network, as in your particular OpManager server. Okay. So with that note, I would like to invite you all to the user conference that's happening tomorrow and day after, October 25 and 26 at Chicago's Marriott Southwest at Burridge. So if you please do come in, and you can look into the available products with respect to OpManager, Manage Engine, and also we can show you about OpManager and the other products available. The registration link is mentioned down below, or you can also go to managing.com/events, and you should be able to see that there. With that, I'll be moving ahead this session to our product expert for the question and answer panel. So Srikanth will be joining you all right now.
Thank you so much, Deepak. Hello, everyone. This is Srikanth, product expert from OpManager and today's panelist for the webinar. I hope the session was informative and we can see plenty of questions from our attendees, and out of which we'll be discussing few interesting ones. So let's move on with our first question here. Is there a way to embed my intranet website as a part of the widget in my dashboard that I have created? Yes, we do have an option for creating your own custom widget here, but this is only applicable for the custom dashboards, not for the default ones. If you have any custom dashboard, all you have to do is you need to go there to the overview where you have custom. Click on any respective custom dashboard to which you want to add the widget, then click on the add icon and choose the add widget. If you scroll down under the general, that is map view and others, you do have an option for custom HTML or text. Click on that and you use the add icon to add the widget. Once you have added that widget successfully, you need to click on the edit icon for the widget, and you have to paste the HTML text of your URL that you want to present it here. So this is how you'll be able to create your own HTML URL as a dashboard widget. So with this, we'll move on with our next question. That is, I would like to fine tune the threshold assigned to the devices. Is there a way to get a report of all the device thresholds that is being configured? Yes, we do have a special report for that under the inventory. In order to navigate there, you need to click on the reports, OpManager reports, and inventory reports. Under the inventory reports, there's a report known as threshold details of the devices, which will display you the thresholds configured for the respective device and the other rearm values, trouble criteria, attention. Those are the threshold values, and it is based on the specific monitors as well as the device. And you can use the filters to classify, specify, and have a detailed report for only certain categories of devices as well as the devices which comes under specific business view. So the next question we have here is, we are trying to create a knock view for our big screen in the office so we can see what is going on. I would like the recent alarm widget so I can see the latest alarms coming in. But it is really annoying that we have to look at a big chart showing how many alarms you have. Okay, all right. When you create a widget for recent alarms, you have a pie chart which will eventually show you the alarms along with the followed by the alarms list. So if you want to hide this particular chart, For example, if it's a recent alarm, let's quickly add the recent alarm widget here. Which is available here. If you click on choose the widget and click on add to have the alarms widget, and here is the widget. If you want to hide this particular chart, just edit the widget and you do have an option for hide dial, and once you click on the hide dial and save the configuration, the graph will be gone. So all you'll have is just the incoming alarms which is recent. So with this help you'll be able to hide the particular graph of the, if it's not only applicable for recent alarms, it's also applicable for the all alarms and other alarm related widgets which comes with the graph. So next question we have is there a way to generate a report only for CPU, memory and disk utilization monitors for my selected device from the UI and export it through an XLS PDF format? Yes, we do have an option. One is you can click on the inventory. You can choose the devices that you would like to have the report for, and once you click on generate report, you'll have an option for choose the monitors where you can choose the device monitors that you want, for example CPU, memory and the disk utilization. And once you click on the generate report, you'll be able to view the report. Let me just quickly choose a device with some data so that I'll be able to show you an example. For example, we have CPU, disk and memory utilization. Click on OK. Sorry for that. Let's click on this memory utilization, disk utilization, CPU utilization. Okay, all right. When you have the data there, all you can do is you can generate the report and you'll be able to view the format of the report, which can be switched from tabular form to the graphical form and also can be exported into the XLS or PDF format. So the next question we have is, I would like to disable the modules which I am not using from the dashboard. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Under the settings, we do have an option to disable, and you'll be able only be able to view the modules or use the module that you want. So under the settings, you have basic settings. Under the basic settings, you need to go to the system settings. Under system settings, if you scroll down to the bottom, you do have an option to choose between the displayed modules. So you'll be able to choose, for example, if I don't want to see log analysis, flow analysis, and config management, just the OpManager, all you need to do is uncheck those modules and give a save configuration. It will just list out the OpManager instead of listing out the other plugin modules available in the OpManager. So as you can see, there are no other modules like NetFlow for flow analysis or network configuration management. So if you want to enable it back, you can go there to the system settings and choose check the checkboxes there and save the configuration to retrieve them. Next question is, can we have real-time traffic for few critical interfaces displayed in dashboard? Yes, it is possible to display the real-time traffic. We do have a special widget for that, which can be added under the custom widget. Again, all these widgets are only can be pushed into custom dashboards. So under the custom dashboard, we have just take a server traffic dashboard here, click on add widgets. And if you like, you can try searching it for the name real, and you do have a real-time traffic here. Once you choose on add, it will add the widget, and click on the edit widget to choose the device as well as the interface, and click on save to have those real-time traffic of the respective interface from a particular device. And the next question is, I created a new dashboard which I want to set as my default dashboard. How can I do that? This can be done, like for example, if you have created a new dashboard that is utilization, just click on the star icon on the right corner and this dashboard will be set as the default one. With this, you will be able to choose any custom dashboard that you have created as a default ones.